Hello everyone, Science 1 Standard 9, Chapter number 1 Laws of Motion. This is video number 21 and in this video we'll see Newton's third law of motion. Have you ever noticed that when you throw a ball to the ground, it bounces back to you? Birds are able to fly and we are able to walk easily. This phenomena comes under Newton's third law of motion. This law states that every action force has equal and opposite reaction force which acts simultaneously. Means both the forces occurs at the same time. In the previous video, we have already learned first and second law of motion. In these two laws, we have learned that how a force can be change motion and how to calculate force. But in this law, we will learn that whenever we apply a force, another force from the opposite direction with the same magnitude is applied. To understand this clearly, let's consider two objects A and B. If object A is applying force Fa on the object B, then in this condition, object B will also apply the same amount of force Fb on the object A in opposite direction. Means children, if A is applying a force, if A is applying a force on B at the same time, B is also applying the force on object A, and both the forces are of same magnitude but they are in opposite direction, and both the forces occurs at the same time. Okay. Here Fa is equal to minus Fb because both the forces are same. Okay. Here minus sign is representing that Fa and Fb are in opposite direction. So this is the mathematical interpretation of third law of motion. To understand this, let's consider the examples. Let's consider the examples. A man walking on the road or a ground while walking, our feet apply a force in opposite direction to the ground or a road. Apply a opposite force, and this opposite force is called as action force because it is being applied by us. When our feet apply a action force, at the same time, ground also apply a force on our feet, and in the opposite direction, and which is called as reaction force. Action force and reaction force are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. As you can see in the picture, if the action force is in backward direction, then the reaction force will be in forward direction. That is why we are able to walk easily. Here action force is equal to reaction force. Both are having the same magnitude but they are in opposite direction. Next example, When we sit on a chair, our body exerts some action force in downward direction. At the same time, chair also apply a reaction force in upward direction to us. When the action force and reaction force are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, we are able to sit easily. But if the action force is greater than reaction force, in this condition, chair will collapse and we will fall down. We'll take earlier examples, the example we have taken in the beginning. When we throw ball to the ground, it bounces back to us because the action force exerted by a ball and the reaction force exerted by a ground at the same time, they are in opposite direction and equal in magnitude. Listen children, action and reaction forces acts simultaneously, means occur at the same time. Next example, see, you can see in picture, action force is exerted by a ball in downward direction and at the same time the reaction force is exerted by the ground. That's why the ball is bounced back. Next example, birds are able to fly because their wings continuously exert the action force in the downward direction and at the same time air also exert the reaction force in upward direction and causing the bird to fly. In picture you cannot, I think you cannot see clearly. Here is the action force exerted by a bird's wing and this is the reaction force exerted by the air causing the bird to fly, and both the action and reaction forces occurs at a same time, act simultaneously. Things to remember, action and reactions are terms that express force. These forces act in pair. One force cannot exist by itself. Action and reaction force act simultaneously. And fourth one, action and reaction forces act on a different object. They do not act on a same object and hence cannot cancel each other's effect. Thank you.